All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. You guys all know me, but I am also our nutrition coach, if you did not know that. So, welcome to our holiday nutrition talk. Today, we're going to be discussing how to navigate the upcoming holiday season with mindfulness. As we approach this festive time of year, it's really common to experience a whirlwind of emotions from excitement and joy to stress and feeling really overwhelmed. So, today we're here not only to acknowledge those feelings, but also to explore practical, empowering strategies on how to embrace the holiday spirit while also nurturing our physical and emotional well being. Together, we'll talk about mindful celebration, where we learn to savor the moments, make mindful choices, and cherish the connections that truly make the holidays meaningful. So, at B3 Gym, we partnered with a company called Healthy Steps Nutrition to support our clients using a framework that is guided, tested, and proven. We believe something as fundamental as nutrition doesn't need to be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple, habit-based approach. We know that helping you become the best and healthiest version of yourself isn't just about what you eat or going to the gym for a few hours a week, which is why we focus on a holistic approach addressing sleep, stress management, support system, exercise, nutrition, and lifestyle. And you'll see that framework there on the screen. Healthy Steps Nutrition has helped over 50,000 people all around the world take control of their health. And these are just a couple of our few incredible success stories from our members at B3 Gym. Before we get into our talk, take a moment to think about how we're feeling heading into the upcoming holiday season. If you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and type in the chat. Are you feeling excited and positive, or are you starting to feel stressed and anxious? And it's okay either way. We're going to talk about all of that. So if you guys want, you can go ahead and post that in the chat. We'll circle back to the chat at the end of our presentation here. So for a lot of us, the next several weeks are going to leave us feeling anxious and uneasy. Although it's a time for fun and happiness, it can also present some tricky situations, especially around food. We have delicious treats. We also have crazy schedules and less time to exercise. It might make you wonder how it's going to be possible to stick with your health goals during this time. So take a moment to think about the last couple years around the holidays. Do you tend to gain a little weight over the holidays? You don't have to answer that. Just think about it, right? If so, you're not alone. Let's take a closer look at why people tend to gain weight during the holidays. Holiday weight gain can be attributed to several different factors, including changes in your eating habits, increased consumption of high calorie foods and beverages, reduced physical activity, and the social and emotional aspects of the holiday season. Recent studies have looked at how the holiday season, which typically spans from late November to early January, can lead to weight gain. When we're looking at adults in these studies, a clear pattern emerged. People tend to put on extra weight during the holiday season, usually around 0.9 to 2 pounds. And it might not sound like much, but research indicates that these small pounds tend to stick around and can add up over the course of the year. So this study looked at various types of people, from those who are generally healthy and motivated to those who are overweight. And what's interesting is that regardless of their starting point, everyone in these groups showed an increase in weight during the holidays. But here's the interesting part, and something to keep in mind. Participants who took part in programs that encouraged them to be intentional during the holidays with things like consistent daily movement, mindful eating, regular check-ins, and daily reminders, those people seem to avoid gaining as much weight. So when we mix festive get-togethers with the stress that those get-togethers can cause, it can mess with our well-being. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be like that. You can still have a great holiday season without compromising your health. Like most of us, you're probably concerned about all the tempting treats, the drinks, the food that you're going to be around. The thought of trying to eat healthy during the holidays might also be causing you some stress, and you're anticipating the hard work and effort it's going to take to get through the holiday season. You might already be feeling like you're gripping your eating habits pretty tight, and let's be honest, it's not really a pleasant feeling. But I want you to take a moment to relax, take a deep breath, because today we're going to cover a few strategies to help you navigate the holidays mindfully, ensuring that you don't feel deprived or derailed from your health goals. So we'll get into our first tip, which is setting a goal. We love goal setting. For the holiday season, consider setting one achievable goal that aligns with your well being. It could be as simple as aiming to take a 15-minute walk to enjoy the winter weather, sharing quality time with a loved one each day, or prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep each night. Focusing on one single specific goal can make your holiday season more manageable and meaningful. We also love to talk about the SMART goal, SMART acronym, if you haven't heard that before. Specific, your goal is clear, measurable, it's easy to track, achievable, it's realistic, relevant, it matters to you, time bound, you have a time frame for your goal. So this approach will help you create goals that make sense. They inspire action and are more likely to be achieved. So take a minute here to think about maybe a SMART goal that you can set for yourself for the holiday season. And if you have one in mind already, you can go ahead and share that in the chat as well. And we can chat about that at the end of our presentation. So once we have a goal, of course, we need to have a plan. And we're going to talk about some strategies. Number one, stick to your pre-holiday eating routine. Keep your regular eating routine as much as possible before your holiday meals. So let's say you're going to a holiday dinner, we want to have a normal breakfast and lunch. This is going to help prevent overeating later in the day because we're not as hungry, right? Next, we want to make sure to include healthy options. We want to incorporate lots of vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains into those holiday meals as well. These foods are going to be filling and nutritious, and we're going to talk more about this in tip number 2. Then we want to make sure we're paying attention to portion sizes, being mindful of portion sizes, especially for those more calorie-dense foods and desserts. Smaller portions can help you enjoy those treats or those little meals or snacks without overindulging. And finally, we want to try to limit our high-calorie drinks, right? Don't forget about your beverages. Sugary sodas, excessive alcohol, high-calorie beverages. We want to try to stick more with water, herbal teas, or low-calorie options to keep us hydrated. Tip number 2 is going to be the plate method. If you've been working with me or you've heard any of our nutrition content, we talk about plate method all the time. We recommend using the plate method because it's a straightforward and visual approach to meal planning and portion control. It involves dividing your standard dinner plate into specific sections. And here's how it works. You're going to fill half of your plate with non-starchy vegetables like leafy greens, broccoli, peppers. These are going to be low-calorie, nutrient-dense foods, and they're going to provide lots of essential vitamins and fiber. The remaining half of your plate is going to be divided into 2 smaller sections. 1/4 of the plate is going to be your lean protein source, like grilled chicken, fish, tofu, beans. Protein is going to help keep you feeling full, and it's going to also provide essential nutrients as well. The remaining 1/4 of your plate is for starchy foods like brown rice, whole grain, pasta, maybe sweet potatoes. These are going to provide you with energy and your carbohydrates. And on the side, we want to include a small portion of healthy fats. This could be olive oil, nuts, avocados, and these fats can add flavor and satiety to your meals. Plate method promotes balanced meals, simplifies your portion control, and is suitable for managing calorie intake, blood sugar levels, and overall health. It's adaptable to a lot of different dietary preferences, making it pretty accessible and practical for achieving balanced nutrition. Tip number three, mindful eating. This is a big one during the holidays. So, mindful eating is a practice that encourages us to be fully present and aware during our meals. It involves paying close attention to the flavors, the textures, the sensations of each bite, as well as recognizing our body's hunger and fullness cues. When we eat mindfully, we can foster a healthier relationship with food, make better dietary choices, and enjoy our meals with a heightened sense of satisfaction and appreciation. This approach not only supports our physical well being, but also promotes a deeper connection with the food we consume, allowing us to savor the simple joy of nourishment. And here are a few ways that you can start eating more mindfully. The first one is listening to your body. We want to pay attention to your body's hunger and fullness signals. Our brain is 15 minutes behind our stomach, so we want to make sure that we're giving ourselves enough time to digest before we start going back for more food. Eat when you're feeling hungry and stop when you're feeling satisfied, not overly full. We also want to maybe consider eating slower. So putting your utensils down between a couple bites. This pacing is going to allow your body to register the fullness more accurately and prevents mindless overeating. Chew your food thoroughly. Slow down and chew each bite. This is going to aid in digestion and is going to allow you to savor the taste of your food. Be distraction free. We want to give ourselves the gift of full attention during your meal time. So move away from buffets. Don't stand by the food. That's the other tip that we'll give. Switch off the TV, put your phone away, choose a spot where you can truly enjoy each mouthful of your food. Take breaks. We want to pause during your meal to reflect on the taste, again, your fullness level, and your overall eating experience. We also want to be mindful of our cravings. If you're craving a specific food, allow yourself to enjoy it in moderation. If you deprive yourself of that food, it tends to lead to overindulgence later. All right, tip number four, we want to prioritize daily movement. Coming from the gym, we definitely want to make sure we're moving our bodies. So during the holiday season, let's think of exercise as a way to make ourselves feel good rather than just a way to lose weight or keep the weight off. Our bodies are meant to move, and the more we move, the better we feel. When we feel good, we're also more likely to make healthier choices. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a good mood, you tend to eat better all day? If we're feeling tired or sluggish, it's more likely that we're going to reach for those sugary, crunchy, salty snacks. So, setting aside some time for exercise can be a powerful tool to navigate the holidays. We recommend starting small, keep it simple. So, if you can't get to the gym, easy way, just take a walk after your meals, especially your bigger meals. It's going to bring a lot of different advantages to your health and overall well being by enhancing your digestion. So, post meal walk is going to play a role in kickstarting your digestion process. They facilitate the movement of food through your digestive system, preventing discomfort like bloating and indigestion. Blood sugar control is probably the biggest one. Following your meal, blood sugar levels are going to typically rise. So, going for a walk can help curb these post meal blood sugar spikes by assisting in the absorption of glucose into your cells. Weight management, of course, incorporating regular post meal walks can contribute to weight management. Burn calories, deter overeating. A brief walk is going to diminish the urge to snack unnecessarily after eating. So, get to the gym if you can. But if you can't, just get out for a walk at least. In addition to the physical advantages, going for a walk after your meals can also give your mood a lift. Calming, pleasant activity that can help reduce stress and make you feel a little bit happier. Moreover, it's going to encourage good habits and keep you active, which is really important for your overall well-being. No matter if you're just starting out or you're more experienced, we've got some tips to help you gradually increase your daily activity. There's a guide here on the screen for different ways that you can hit your daily movement goals and keep things interesting. So we want to remember that setting specific and achievable goals is key to maintaining your health and well-being during the holidays. These goals should be flexible and tailored to your individual needs and circumstances, allowing you to enjoy the holiday season while staying on track with your health and fitness goals. So, as we wrap up, keep in mind that approaching the holidays with mindfulness means that you get to enjoy every bit of the season, the moments, the food, the people. Use the tips we talked about to have a good time while also taking care of your health and wellness. And let's make this holiday season one of balance, gratitude, and connections with loved ones. Let's talk about some frequently asked questions. Here's a big one. How can I politely decline unhealthy food offerings at holiday parties? This can apply to any social event other than holiday parties as well. So first, I always like to suggest to bring a healthy dish to share. If you know there's not going to be great food options there, bring something that you can eat. Remember to be polite and confident with your food choices. You're taking care of yourself, and that's something to be proud of. So politely decline by saying, wow, that looks delicious, but I don't really have a lot of room for that right now. And maybe they'll forget that they asked you. If you want to have a little bit, go for it. How do you deal with the stress that comes with the holiday season? So, first, know that you are not alone in feeling stressed around the holidays. To manage that stress, we recommend engaging in relaxation techniques, deep breathing. If you're feeling really stressed in the moment, taking a deep breath can help reset that nervous system. Journaling, writing about gratitude, getting exercise, prioritizing self care, rest, and setting realistic expectations for yourself. You are allowed to say no to things, right? Consider setting those boundaries with people. So now that we've shared some tips on how to stay mindful, let's take a moment to discuss our three core principles that have changed the lives of people all around the world. These are our core principles around our nutrition program here. Number one, focus on whole foods first. We should always start choosing more whole food options, less processed foods. Those are going to be packaged with sodium, fat, sugars. Simple way is just reshape your plate with the plate method. Number two, we want to focus on balancing the macronutrients. And that means that at every meal and every snack that we're eating throughout the day, we want to have a carbohydrate source, a protein source, and a fat. Pairing all of those together is going to keep you feeling full for longer. Most people are going to feel their best with about 40% of their intake as carbohydrates, 30% fat, and 30% protein. We also want to limit the amount of processed carbohydrates and sugars. The American Heart Association recommends no more than about 24 grams for women, 36 grams for men of added sugars. The average person, if you can guess, 160 grams of sugar per day, right? So it's not going to be a lot compared to what most people are eating. Sugar is really addicting, and it is going to be hidden in a lot of packaged foods. So always make sure you look at the nutrition label for the added sugar content. If you need some extra help to stay focused on your health and wellness during the holidays, you can think about joining our nutrition coaching program. This is going to be habit-based. As I said, we create a personalized plan for you and your individual lifestyle. It's going to look different for every single person. We work together using lots of different tools and resources to build your foundation and create a sustainable plan to improve your health. Along with those tools and resources, we know support and accountability is really important, which is why we're there every step of the way to check in and tweak our plan as we go. So I do have a couple spots open for nutrition coaching this month. You can send me a message if you are interested in learning more about what that looks like. We're also going to run a nutrition and accountability challenge starting in January. So keep an eye out for that. That is going to be a little bit individual, but a lot of it is going to be more group support throughout the challenge. We'll work on a couple different habits throughout those 20 days, and it's going to take us right into the CrossFit Open. So I'll send out some more info about that in the next couple weeks. In the spirit of the holiday season and to help you stay on track, I am offering up a couple specials for our nutrition coaching program as well. If you are a brand new nutrition client, you'll get a free month of ongoing coaching when you sign up for our initial 3-month package. Previous nutrition clients, if you need to get back on track and you want to sign up for another month of ongoing, I'll give you 20% off that ongoing coaching. Valid through December 1st. So you have about 10 days to decide if you want to do that. And then no pressure to get started right away. We can start all the way up until February 1st. So a couple different ways to get started with that. So we went over a lot of information today. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And then if you guys do have questions, I'm also going to stop the recording here as well. And then you guys can ask any questions. Thanks for joining.